coming to Fox.
Yeah, he still seems like quite the prick. He hasn't left my prick list yet.
Isn't that why we love him, though? I mean, I've always loved him because he's outspoken.
Yeah, but there's outspoken and then there's prick. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I can be both, and sometimes I don't know I can't, filter the difference. I'm not going to lie and act any different. But I'm also not chewing out autistic kids about what kind of pro wrestlers they enjoy watching. That's kind of shitty.
Yeah. I want CM Punk and Enzo to have a Twitter war. I think that would be amusing.
God. That would be the best. The only thing that would be better is if you could get Trump involved.
Honestly, though, Punk walks out winner no matter how you cut that. Right?
Oh, I don't know. Does Trump lose? I don't think so.
I don't. I think
Trump
he's about to.
Trump always wins. I'm not saying I like it. You know what is horrible, though? Kind of off subject, but what we were just talking about. I've started rewatching Celebrity Apprentice, and I love the show, and I love Trump on the show, and I just hate that that's our president because he's good on that show. But I watch that show, and I'm like, he's playing the same character as president, and that's not cool.
That's because that's just him.
I know, it's horrible. Like when you were watching the show, you thought that was a character he was playing, fake. And it was fun and entertaining. But now it's like, I think that's just him. And the show's still entertaining, and I hate that I enjoy watching it, but I do enjoy watching it, and I still watch it. Yeah, that's just that.
Well,
Pasty, I think
as we depart from the politics, it's time for comings and goings.
Yes.
Woo!
Pasty, Major League Wrestling has signed A.J. Kirsch to join Rich Buccini and Tony Schiavone in its broadcast team. Kirsch, who, by the way, has 5 consonants next to each other without any vowels separating it, which in my book should be illegal.
Right.
First began his career as a professional wrestler in 2005 and competed on the West Coast wrestling circuit. He was cast as a contestant on WWE's Tough Enough Season 5, and then he participated in TNA Gut Check Contest in October 2011. Kirsch was also the winner of The Rock's Rock the Promo, a 10-episode promo competition series on Rock's YouTube channel, and he most recently voiced Buzz, the lead protagonist in the My Career mode of WWE 2K19. Court Bauer said that he wanted to add some youthful exuberance on the headset, and that's why Kirsch was picked.
That's funny. Guy just tries his whole life to be a wrestler, and they're like, not good enough. Not good enough. You know what I mean? He goes to all these competitions. He's like, it's not going to work, but...
But you can talk about people that actually get to live your dream. How does that sound?
How about you voice a fake animated character living the dream you want to live?
Right.
It's as close as you're going to get, pal.
Let's be honest. It's more than some people get.
Right.
Honestly, I mean, I guess that when you look at that whole resume, you can look at it as a failed wrestler's career, or you can look at it as a successul wannabe wrestler's career.
Right. Maybe all he wanted to do was talk. Maybe he failed at podcasting.
Maybe. I mean, it's more than a lot of people who wanted to be wrestlers could say about their lineage, you know.
Yeah.
He's been on WWE. He's been on Impact. He's been in a real wrestling video game, and now he's on MLW. I mean, if you just look at it that way, that's successful.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's doing stuff. At least he's not working a normal 9-to-5 job. It's a dream to follow.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool.
They can't all be The Rock and Stone Cold.
Right.
You just can't.
Yes, that was the quickest installment of Comings and Goings with one story that we've ever had on B-Sticks Podcast.
But
So
folks, Pasty Wyatt has got that coming and going in the bedroom many times before.
It's a goal. I like to set the bar.
You know, for some people it's a marathon. For Pasty, it's a sprint.
Yeah. That tweet from WWE really struck home.
Except opposite.
Yes. So let's get into this week's shortest ever injury report.
Which we love having super short injury reports.
Yes,
That's
that is a good thing.
Great thing.
Yes. Ring of Honor World Champion Rush and Bandito weren't able to compete at Saturday's Death Before Dishonor Fallout television tapings. Bandito wasn't medically cleared to wrestle because of a knee injury, while Rush was out due to an ankle injury that he suffered while catching Matt Taven at Friday night's Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view.
Just let him drop, buddy. Just let him drop.
Right. I would have. Man, and to round it out with the quick shit, we're going to have some quick WWE Hell in a Cell predictions as we see 4 matches announced for the card. Whoa.
Woo!
Whoa. So, yeah, definitely, yeah. In no particular order.
What do you think the main event's going to be?
I think
Rollins and Fiend?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yep, and I hope... I got these 2 theories. I got the theory that either, that goes to such a brutal extent that the match can't continue because Rollins just can't function, but doesn't end in a disqualification. You can't do that. And like the Fiend just slinks away.
So it ends in a no contest, you're saying, or what?
Yeah. Or the Fiend does win it, and then we go to Raw on Monday, and Bray Wyatt comes not on Firefly Funhouse, but he's actually backstage trying to give the title back to Rollins, saying, I can't control the Fiend at all with this around. I don't want it. And so he gives it up, but as soon as he does, the Fiend goes after Rollins
Fiend takes over?
Yeah. And so whoever gets the championship becomes a victim to the Fiend, whose lust is only for the gold, but actual Bray doesn't want to have it.
I dig that. I don't like the no contest thing just because I'm not a big fan. Hell in a Cell, even though it doesn't always, it should have a definitive ending. I mean, it just should. That should be what a Hell in a Cell is. There's going to be a definitive ending. There's been a lot of cases where it's not, but those cases bother me.
I hate thinking of the Fiend with the title because eventually he has to lose it.
Right.
And I already think they're doing this Fiend shit too much.
Yeah, I mean, you and I had both said we'd only like to see.
He's literally attacked Rollins on every show since he said he was coming after him.
Yeah, he's already oversaturated, and this
like
is the
Undertaker
kind of
would do the shit with the lightning strikes and the shit where Undertaker's not even there; he's just fucking with you.
Yep.
I feel like they should have done that with the Fiend more than they have been. Although I'm still counting like nothing counts until after this draft next week. This is all still fantasy fun time booking.
Right.
And nothing counts.
But isn't that WWE always?
Hopefully until next week.
Right? Hopefully that changes. So let's get into it. We've got DB Daniel Bryan teaming with RR Roman Reigns. I'm not sure what that's about. Taking on the Bludgeon Brothers, who I think are no longer called the Bludgeon Brothers.
No, they're just Rowan and Harper. And
Rowan, because that was the best thing they both had.
And this whole thing is Daniel Bryan's pissed because Rowan lied to him and went behind his back to attack Roman. But I think that this is a very long story, and I think Daniel Bryan turns on Roman here.
I hope.
And like, you really thought I wasn't the one behind it? You fool, And then he rises up. And then you could even eventually tie all that back to Bray Wyatt and The Fiend, where Daniel Bryan has maybe had some kind of since he had joined the Wyatt family way back in the day. Maybe there's just been that part of him.
In him.
Yeah.
In the back of his skull or something.
Yeah. And I would rather you do that with Bryan than just doing it with Harper and Rowan.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Bryan and Roman lose.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say the opposite. I think the Knights in Shining Armor are gonna win. I think Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns win. Although I like your story, I don't think it happens here.
All right.
I do like what you're saying, though. I dig that, and that's the best thing. Because I'm not, even though I'm not watching this, I still read up on what's going on, and I'm really not into this. Roman Reigns was attacked. Eric Rowan maybe didn't do it. Maybe did do it. Daniel Bryan is a heel, but pissed that Eric Rowan ran over Roman Reigns, even though he's a heel, but now he's a babyface just because a babyface got hurt by a heel. I don't even get that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my sentiment.
And then we've got the second ever women's Hell in a Cell match, seeing Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch defending her title against Sasha Banks, which wasn't this the first Hell in a Cell match too?
It was. But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that the boss takes out the man and becomes Raw Women's Champion here in Hell in a Cell.
Honestly, I think so too, especially since they still keep pushing that, like, Eddie Guerrero is her biggest inspiration. I feel like it's the perfect time for her to win due to nefarious means that are legal. So I'm right there with you.
Wow, I didn't expect that, but that's cool.
I'm tiring of Becky with the title. She was much more entertaining chasing the title. And like I said, there's going to be a draft, so everything can change here. I don't know.
Yeah, you just don't know. They could end up stripping everybody of their titles and restarting it.
Yeah. And then we've got the Universal Championship Hell in a Cell match. Seth Rollins defending versus The Fiend. God damn. I don't want to predict this one. It just hurts me to do so.
Me no want predict. Oh, no, I just want to know finish. Oh. I know who I'm picking.
Are you picking Rollins?
I'm not. Believe it or not, I'm thinking both. I'm under the assumption, especially with everything changing and getting revamped, I think Rollins and Becky both lose their titles here. I think Bray Wyatt gets it as the Fiend. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I know, surprising, folks, that Bray is a transition champion and doesn't hold it long. But I would love to see him hold it long. They've never done Bray right in the past. I don't see them doing it now.
Yeah.
I hope they do, but that's just... I'm jaded. I'm sorry, I'm jaded. But I'm gonna say the Fiend gets it. Bray Wyatt gets it.
What if they took all the in the draft? What if they took all the championships off of all the champions and had them just up for grabs again? Then you could have the Fiend win here. Yeah.
Didn't I just say that?
Yeah. Okay. But it was my idea.
You know, they did that at least once in WCW, and most people hated it, but I actually liked it. It was just start with a clean slate. Just everybody strip to your titles, have a couple tournaments and random shit, and start all over, fresh and clean.
Yeah.
But yeah. Who you got then?
I'm saying Rollins. I don't want to say Rollins, but I don't know. I don't know. And then we've got the newly announced main event for the pay-per-view. The SmackDown Women's Championship match, seeing Bayley taking on Charlotte Flair once again. Who you got, Fat Mac?
In all honesty, my mind says Bayley, but I think if I'm assuming that both Seth and Becky are losing their titles here, I think, I'm I think Charlotte's gonna lose, but
She's